A lot of you have not been here since I did this last year. So this is season 2 of my NFL fan series. And so what is going to happen as the sun comes out, I am going to be talking to 32 fans from all of the 32 NFL teams. Yes, I am going to talk to all 32 fans. 32 videos are going to release for the next few weeks. Sorry about the noise. My favorite thing about this series is that fans know more about their teams than big media will ever know. And the way that fans talk about their teams actually brings me joy. And I've said before that I am an NFL girl. Like, the NFL is where my heart lies. I love that it's a business. I love that they do things that make sense business-wise. And then I also get the football aspect. Something about the NFL moves me and I love it. So in this series, I will talk to 32 different fans from all of the 32 different teams. So if you're new to watching the NFL, or if you're just curious about other fan bases and what they think about their team because your team is in their conference, their division, whatever, this is the series for you. Or if you just like to hear fans talk about football, this is the series for you. For those of you that also are not aware, what will happen is everybody will have the same questions. It is pre-recorded. However, you know me, I go off script sometimes and we start to talk about all the different things. And so you will see that in this series. Also want to take a second and to thank every single person that participated in this series, every single person that gave me their time, every single person that scheduled with me, showed up, are ready to go, had their notes, did their research. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And like always, I also want to thank all the people that told me no, all the people that ignored me, all of those people too. They also motivated me just to go find a yes. I always say no's don't actually make me mad. No's don't actually disappoint me anymore. No's just kind of tell me where I'm at, and no's actually give me motivation to keep going. Just for some context, up to this point, because I'll be honest, I'm still recording a couple of people. Up to this point, I have talked to and emailed 117 people. As of the recording of this video, I have reached out to 117 people to try to connect with me. That is one thing. Have all of them responded? Absolutely not. But I have reached out to 117 people. And the way things are going, there's 1 or 2 teams I might need to reach out to a couple of more people to be able to get a fan. But I have reached out to 117 people up to this point. I have also dealt with 17 cancellations, 17 reschedules, 17 times I have had somebody scheduled and I have had to regroup and reschedule. And one of the things that I pride myself on doing when someone needs to reschedule, show them respect and show them grace. And I'm only saying that so that you can know how hard this is to create, how much time it actually takes me to create this, and how much work really goes into things on the back end. Because I think what happens is people see the front end of it and they see the product and they see that it's all done, but you don't realize how many people up to this point that I've had to reach out to try to get on, to try to do all those things. And so that is where we're at. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Don't forget to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. And if you think about it, turn on those notification bells. And maybe if you want to make me really happy, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about this video. I'm super excited about this one. I'm excited for it to release. I'm excited for you to see it. And like I did last year, I'm going to give you a little preview here so that you can kind of see some of the people that I'm going to talk to and kind of familiarize with yourself with them, or get excited about them, or wonder who the hell they actually are. So let me just roll some of the previews so that you can see all the different types of people that I was able to talk to. And just as a reminder, all the people that I talked to are not going to be in this preview, but some of them will be.
Okay. No, because ever since that bye week, like literally all we did was win. And like the haters, they have something to say every week. They wanted to see us do this. They wanted to see Jalen Hurts do that. They wanted to see us play the Lions. They wanted to see us play the Ravens. They wanted to see us play the 49ers. Whatever we did, all we did was win. Like they didn't like it. They didn't like the way we did it. They didn't like the way we did it on the ground. They wanted to see us do it in all type of ways. But like Jalen said, like it doesn't matter how it's done. At the end of the day, Jalen Hurts wins. So like that's the moral of the story. Like all Jalen Hurts does is win. All we did was win. Like it or not.
I love it. My team obviously didn't win the Super Bowl. We're not very good. But I remember thinking like, I felt like I won because I'm also like a defender of like Jalen Hurts, defender of Lamar Jackson, like defender of all.
We're very, very bad, to put it lightly. And I know quarterback play didn't help with that, but I'll just put it in perspective here. The Indianapolis Colts leading tight end receiver last year had 14 catches. And Tyler, 14 catches. You didn't hear me wrong. And Tyler Warren had 17 in one game last year.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I thought Tyler Warren was the best tight end in the draft, honestly.
Yeah, I was shocked when Chicago passed on him to go get
They get Loveland.
Colston Loveland. Yeah, I was going to say Colt Komet because they both start with Colt. It's just Chicago, man. But anyway, so was really happy with that. I mean, because Tyler Warren, in my mind, and you agree with me, I do believe he's the best tight end in this class. While, I do think Colston Loveland maybe has a little bit more upside in terms of receiver. I mean, you can't argue with 100 catches and 1,200 yards last year. I mean, it's just fantastic. And he was the only real weapon for Penn State last year. So was very happy with that pick.
Outside of that, I'll probably go with as far as how I felt about the season. I feel like it's a building season. I felt like there was a lot of redundancy in the quarterback room. You didn't have to have Cousins and Penix, but it worked out, right, in a weird Falcons kind of way. For once, things kind of shifted in your favor. So, I think with Falcons set themselves up where you can see where if you could add a pass rush, because they were once again, I think either 31st or 32nd in the league. I believe they were last in the league in sacks again.
They're so close, though, too. Like last year, I picked the Falcons to win the division this year because I felt like they were so close. That was before they did the Kirk Cousins and then before the draft. Because, anyways, it doesn't matter. But even watching this season, I was like, they're so close. I feel like every time before the games transitioned to like the afternoon games, the Falcon games were so close. So, typical, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if it was horseshoes, the Falcons would be in the Super Bowl.
I thought day three, we just covered those two dudes. I thought day three was just like, I'm in love with a lot of those prospects. And I love day one. You mentioned it earlier. We go get the guard Gray Zabel from North Dakota State, and you get the big farm boy, and we just go do the thing. It's like we've been wanting and desiring to bolster our offensive line, and John Schneider has really ignored it in the early rounds most often. He didn't this year. So that was awesome. And then, we kind of hinted at Jalen Milroe earlier. That's such a cool swing but at pick 92, so third round, pick 92, the pick, by the way, that was for that came in the Geno Smith trade. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Then I kind of like the trade a little bit better then.
Yeah. I mean, right. To figure out.
I want this iteration of the Baltimore Ravens to be over. Lamar has been in the league for 7 years. Mm-hmm. And for 7 years with this team, we've had John Harbaugh as the head coach. Now, a lot of Ravens fans believe that he is a great and outstanding head coach. I believe he's just the dude. And for 7 seasons, we go into the playoffs each and every year. And we hold some of the best quarterbacks in NFL history to 17 points, 10 points, 13 points, but we can't score. But then in the off season, we go defense. And I thought after 7 years, we would say, you know what? This defensive thing isn't working for us. Let's actually surround Lamar with some talent, with some weapons, and see what he can do. But we don't do that. We just keep doing the same thing. We get into the playoffs. Now we're run dominant all year long. We lead the league in rushing each and every season. But we get into the playoffs, and it's like, oh, we're going to run the ball with our running backs 6 times. And then they ask John Harbaugh, hey, why did you only run the ball 6 times?
I haven't played any games, but just from talking to him, hearing what he has to say, the plans that they have for the organization, what they've done so far, it feels like out of all the coaches hired this offseason, when it's all said and done, Pete Carroll might honestly end up being the best one. Like we'll see when it's all, when the games play out. But he feels like the right guy for what the Raiders needed the most. And sometimes what you want the most isn't necessarily what you need. I think Pete Carroll is what the Raiders need.
Yeah, seriously. I'm go. Yeah, just because you can afford it doesn't mean you need to buy it. Like the same thing. Right. So so Pete Carroll gets hired, and then Geno Smith gets traded over. So I guess from looking on the outside, it was kind of like, okay, they got this coach. We all know who he is.
That the passion that is in not only my family, but the community in the city, whenever the Saints are doing good or bad, how can I not be a part of that? How can you be from New Orleans, Louisiana, and not have that ingrained in your blood, no matter how hard you might try to be different or say, you know what, this team is bad. I want to try a different team because this organization is a much better organization or whatnot. No, if you are from New Orleans, Louisiana, you have to be on some strong stuff to not be a Saints fan. So once I got to like 9-10 years old, I was actually, mature enough to understand the game of football, what was going on. Maybe not super mature, but you understood it. I was a Saints fan through and through. And Some days I regret it, but I wouldn't pick any other team.
What did you say? The last 4 years? Yo, I don't remember.
Well, so I'll say you should give me the worst timing award to me, because Saints was incredible from 2017 to 2020, Drew Brees' twilight years and the years when we were actually Super Bowl contenders. That was a heck of a run. Now, each season sadly ended in heartbreak, but it was a heck of a run. I decided to finally get into the content game and pick up a camera in 2021 when Drew Brees retired. Great timing, Jono, because since then we've been one of the worst and most mediocre franchises. I'm starting to think that, okay, am I bad luck? Am I just stupid for actually waiting until Drew Brees retired to finally do content? It makes no sense, but I'm never going to claim that I'm the smartest guy in the world.
Yeah, well, you know what? We all start when we start. It is what it is. So let's get into, I couldn't put all of them in here because then this video would be too long. This is just me announcing, yes, season 2 is coming back. 32 fan series is coming back. I will tag here my series last year. I'll actually just tag my whole playlist about my collaborations and all the things that I do for the NFL because I love it. I'm obsessed with it and I wouldn't trade this for the world. So it is coming. Things are going to start rolling out. I'm going to release just like I did last year. So on Sunday, you're going to know which division I'm going to release. And then throughout the week, what I'm going to do is on Monday, I'm going to release the team I think is going to finish 4th, and then so forth and so on. And so on Thursday, it's always going to be the person or the team that I think is going to win the division. So just some context there. The other thing I want to call out here that I will have said on different videos is the timing of the videos varies. So depending on what was in the news, depending on what was happening in the news, you're going to kind of be able to see that and tell that in the video. So I'm just calling that out here so that you'll be aware of that. The last thing I want to end on, every single video in the description section, you are going to be able to find their channels and you're going to be able to find their content. So that means I will have their Instagram, their Twitter, their YouTube page, anything that they're doing, anything that they're involved in, you will be able to find that information in the description. Sometimes maybe in the comment section, if I can remember to place it there. I'm not very good with my comment sections, but I'm trying to become better. If there is somebody that you want to connect with, that you want to find, and you don't know where to find their information, it will always be in the description 100%. That is a promise that I made to every single person, and I'm going to stay true to that promise because that is what I do. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do the thing. So I am going to end this. I hope you are as excited for this series to release as I am. On Sunday, you are going to get the first video telling you which division I am going to release first. And I'm just excited. And I hope that you enjoy this. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. And if not, I will see you in my next video.